Welcome back, people. So I recently picked up a GoPro 7 Black, the Hero version, and wanted to test out the functionality of it, familiarize myself with it, and I figured what better way to test that out and bring you all along with me for a nice scenic view of the San Antonio Riverwalk. Alright everyone, so this is not going to be one of my typical videos specifically reviewing this piece of gear. I really am just trying to familiarize with the GoPro Hero 7, so I'll plug in some of the features and the capabilities as we kind of walk along this, but really my intent is to just familiarize with the piece of equipment and again bring you all along for the ride and edit some software, kind of show you some of the features and what the quality of the Hero 7 Black looks like, and we'll go over some things and I'll kind of introduce you to some of the Riverwalk. So there's a couple sections to the Riverwalk. There's a less touristy section which kind of starts down in the Pearl Brewery district area and goes a few miles up into the touristy section, and I will say the less touristy section is much more relaxing. Less people, you really just have running, some families kind of doing some walking and things along those lines. Go to the touristy section, at times it could be very busy, very packed with folks down there at restaurants and bars and, you know, kind of the normal deal. The nice thing about the Pearl Brewery area, and we'll do I'll do some video associated with that as we kind of walk through this, is they have every weekend a farmer's market. So a lot of cool things to look at, some good food to try out. So yeah, let's take a little tour, and I'll record almost all of this on the Hero 7 Black. So stick around. So if y'all aren't familiar, San Antonio's Riverwalk is one of their more popular tourist attractions for San Antonio, outside of the Alamo, of course. And there's a couple of sections with the Riverwalk that kind of broken up. There's a very touristy area that's kind of over by their river center, downtown San Antonio area. But then there's a more local location that's down near their Pearl Brewery, and that's where we're at. We are actually going to be taking a walk up to the more touristy area from the Pearl Brewery section, and the Pearl section is probably my favorite area, but the Riverwalk goes, you know, miles. We'll probably just walk a couple miles here, give you guys an idea of what the scenery looks like. Quite a few joggers, as you can see behind me, a lot of running, a lot of people walking, and it's just really a chill place to spend a weekend in the morning, grab some coffee, walk around, and just get outside a little bit and avoid some of the driving around and the traffic. So again, this video is being taken on my new GoPro 7. I'm not going to be doing a review on the GoPro 7. This is the Hero Black version. It's been out for, I guess, a little under a year now, but plenty of reviews out there on that. I'm actually just using this to test out the video quality, kind of dial in how I'm using this in my lineup, this camera in my lineup, and just familiarizing a little bit with it and walking around. And so I'll take you all along for a few miles on my journey, and then we'll get some video of the Pearl area and some of their farmers market they do on the weekends, and a bunch of little activities. It's a nice place, a cool chill place. Ducks. Dang, there's a catfish in there too. See it? Oh, there's turtles. Yeah, just come to San Antonio, Miller City, a little bit of wildlife you can check out. Bye, ducks. this is the WITTE Museum. Cool place right on the Riverwalk. This place right here, delicious adult beverages. It's called The Luxury. It's a couple of shipping containers, serve beers, got some pretty decent food, and they also have some swings made out of old fire hoses that I'm gonna go swing on for a minute and chill out. So far I am digging this. It's super light, easy to use, dialed in at 60 frames per second. Easy to walk with. I just got it on a mini Joby Gorilla Pod, like a tiny one. Holds it up perfectly. Just keep walking. So coming up, we got kind of one of my favorite places on the Riverwalk. I have one of the, I think it's the oldest VFW in Texas. Not sure. Yeah, the oldest post in Texas right here on the Riverwalk. All right, a little windy right here, so we'll see how the sound does on this once we process it. But we're coming up on the first lock from the Pearl Brewery. So leaving from the Pearl Brewery, we're coming up on the first lock on the Riverwalk that just regulates the height of the water along the Riverwalk. This is about maybe just a touch over a mile from the Pearl Brewery. So from the brewery to here and back, got a good couple miles. You can get a decent little walk in, jog. All right, so this is another one of my favorite places off the Riverwalk. Pop up off of Jones Ave, and ROSELLAS Coffee. It's a local coffee shop. Great coffee. I like coffee. Nom nom nom. You see that sign? Hopefully. I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. Let's go get some coffee. Yeah, so check this place out. Really good coffee. Chill atmosphere. They got an upstairs area as well as a courtyard area, which I have not looked at yet. I'm going to check that out in a few minutes. So one thing to get used to when you start vlogging is talking to a camera in public. People look at you like you're crazy. I'm pretty sure the people in there think I'm crazy. Anyway, let's take a look at this courtyard. It looks like it's just a chill spot to hang out, drink your coffee, work on your computer. All right, so we're back at the Pearl Market District area, I guess you'd call it. It basically is a bunch of the old Pearl Brewery buildings. Sweating, don't judge me. So they changed a bunch of the buildings into hotels, some restaurants, food places, things along those lines. Behind me is the Hotel Emma, which is a really cool place. And then we're gonna do a quick walk through Farmer's Market this morning so you can kind of take a look at what they got to offer. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. Really appreciate you all subscribing to the channel. Again, this video is a little different than some of the previous ones, but nonetheless, I guess it's somewhat of a review. Pretty impressed with the video and sound quality of this guy, and quite honestly, the video that you saw that I took and captured of the Riverwalk and the Pro Brewery was I used their I guess hyper stabilization. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I believe that's what it's called. And I was walking the whole time, and so very smooth. I think I have a gimbal also. I think the software stabilization in the GoPros and a lot of these smaller devices have really came a ridiculously long ways. And this is gonna be more than likely my primary outdoor, you know, action, mobile type of camera setup. And then when I'm doing the normal reviews, we'll be using my Canon DSLR. This is a setup. I had this Gobi, the smaller version of their Gorilla Pod. Worked really well for it, pretty easy. I used this for the recording and worked out well. What I don't like about it so far is the battery life. It's short, as if you've watched any other reviews on it, you'll get the same feedback, and so I can confirm that. So I'm gonna probably pick up 1 or 2 more batteries, and they're fairly inexpensive on Amazon from what I've looked at. Additionally, they make a cover, kind of like, I guess it's like you know, a hardened glass that you can get for your cell phones for the lens as well as for the back. So I'm gonna pick one of those up. I think they have them for less than 10 bucks on Amazon, so I'm gonna pick one of those up and just try to keep this thing in shape. But this will be my primary kind of action camera, and I'm if you've gotten you're new to YouTube, right, like me, and you've gotten your normal camera setup, your microphone setup, you've gotten your cell phone, you can do a lot of this capturing with just those 2 devices. But once you have that set up and you want to go a little bit farther, I would recommend taking a look at the new GoPro Hero 7 Black Edition. There's some features on this that are a little above and beyond some of their, I think, the white and the silver version. So they also have a trade-in going on, so you can trade up any digital camera and get $100 off, and that's what I actually did on this. I had an old digital camera that I actually traded in, and it barely worked, and so $100 off. You really can't beat that. So if you're taking a look at it, pick up an extra battery or 2, and I think you'll like it. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. I greatly appreciate everyone who's supporting this channel. Any comments, any recommendations, anything along those lines, really shoot me a comment. Feel free, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. If there's something I can improve on, let me know. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks again.